What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please subscribe if you haven't. So, wow. The Clippers just don't look right now. And even though some of the changes that are being made, they still look lost. They're still breaking down to me. They blow a 22-point lead to the Indiana Pacers. Kawhi played more minutes, but, didn't really result much because they didn't win. Norm Powell and, James Harden pitched in with 22. Kawhi had 19. And they just didn't look great enough defensively, at least for all four quarters. Because it's a 4-quarter game. You can't play good for 2 quarters, 3 quarters. You got to play fairly good to very well for all 4 quarters. That's just the way it goes. And allowing something like that to a team like Indiana Pacers, who are a pretty decent team, but at the same time, you have a better team to beat them. And as I said the other day, their defense the last several games has just been nowhere. And now you trade Terrence Mann and Bones Highland, and you get back Bogdanovich, which is a decent shooter, and he's an okay defender. But I don't really know if that even really equates. I really don't. And maybe in some world it does, but maybe you should have just stuck with what you had, because Terrence Mann is a good perimeter defender, and he hustles when he's right anyway, and when he's engaged. And Bones Highland is a good backup. That can come off the bench and give you a spark offensively. Maybe not good defensively, but they still could have used him in more areas, I think. Ty Lue could have definitely used him a little bit more to his, expertise, but okay, that's fine. And you get rid of Michael Porter for, I can't even pronounce the guy's last. I don't even know really anything about the guy that they traded for on the Bucks. I really don't. I'm not really sure what they saw in the guy or what he's really, good and capable of doing. I'm gonna have to watch some more tape on him or something like that. I've seen a clip or two here and there, but I wasn't really impressed what I saw, but I have to just go back and look at more on him. But regardless, the changes that they're making, I'm not sure if they're really actually going to help them win. Even though they got, Patty Mills and a couple other guys, to me, they're staple with defense. And you don't really have, you're taking away your core guys that played defense. And hopefully for the Clippers' sake, Kawhi gets back to the elite level that he was, because if he doesn't, at least by this season, this season could be a waste. Even though James Harden and Norm Powell have been holding it down pretty good. And now you're in the 7th seed. Now you're fighting an uphill battle, an uphill climb. Now you're not where you were as a team, as a group. And defensively, you're just declining, and you're declining all the way as a team, because you're losing in fashions that you shouldn't be losing with the talent that you have on the floor. You don't have all the offensive talent in the world on the floor. It's not like you got like a big 4 or something like that, but you have great enough talent on the floor offensively with Kawhi there and James Harden and Norm Powell that can put up offense with teams, obviously. But what you've been building yourself upon this year has been your defense and your perimeter defense, and what your guys can do when they lock in defensively. They can give other teams trouble. That's what they've been doing all season. Even in the losses that they had this season, with or without Kawhi, they were giving teams trouble defensively. And, now it's like, it's now that Kawhi done came back a little bit, you kind of sort of more and playing more minutes. It's like they're falling into this, let Kawhi cook, leave it to Kawhi, kind of like not playing with the defensive mindset, almost as if Kawhi is not there. And that's the way they have to play if they really want to win. And I don't know what Ty Lue is going to do, but Ty Lue really needs to make some adjustments with this team, or, try to figure out who fits where. And I know they made some trades. They're going to have to make some more readjustments, because now you got new guys coming in, and they got to figure out their role, and you got to figure out how to make their role count while they're on the floor with this team, so this team could be formidable, because right now they're the 7th seed. And like I said, you don't want to fall in that play-in tournament. You don't want to be in that area, because if you are, you can find yourself out of the playoffs if you go on a even more of a losing streak. And this is the worst time for the Clippers to go on a losing streak, because we're coming We're getting down to the, the gritty part of the season where you need to kind of be on the uprise, or at least playing fair at this point until, you get yourself, until you get yourself to the best point you could be before the playoffs start. You don't need to be having 7, 8, 10 game, hypothetically anyway, 7, 6, 7, 8 game losing streaks and all that. This is not the time of the season for that. This is the time of the season where you need to be going, like, hypothetically, out of 10 games, you need to go like 7-3 out of 10 games. That's where you need to be, around this time. You don't need to be flailing and being down on yourself, pointing fingers, blaming each other, like, oh, the second unit needs to play better. Oh, well, the whole team needs to play better. And, oh, well, we need to do this. And I'm pissed off because the defense is not playing the way it should. You don't need to have those type of woes right now, because it only just deteriorates a team in the locker room mentally. And then they go out there and they're not playing physical enough, and they're not going out there executing at a high level. And, like I said before, they better hope that Kawhi can just get back to that elite level, which I know he can. But that working him in slow, with this team not playing the way they're supposed to, and on top of that, you've made some trades. So now you got to retool, refigure everything while you're trying to win, while you're trying to stay out the playing tournament. It's I don't know. It's just not a good look for the Clippers right now. And that 22-point comeback from the Pacers just, put the icing on the cake for them. Like I said, it just not looking good. And hopefully they do got time to figure it out. That's a good thing. But trying to figure things out while you're trying to, stay within the playoff, playoff standings, and try to keep up with teams and try to, keep things on the up and up is tough. It's an uphill climb. It really is. But if any team can do it, the Clippers can. Kawhi can definitely help this team get out that funk, once he gets really how he, to his elite status. And hopefully good things happen from there.